We're back in full force. Back and better than ever. I kind of want an energy drink. I had one today though. Like I don't need another one. Oh my gosh, this does taste exactly like a Swedish fish. It's been a long time. That's a long time. Guess I could look it up. Like I have the resources to look this up. Let's see how long it's been since my last Amazon unboxing haul. I guess it was 2 months ago because I just put it in with like the Barnes, the Target and everything. So guess it hasn't really been that long. Anyway, today we're doing our good old Amazon unboxing haul because obviously the books that I bought at Barnes wasn't enough. So here we are. I am missing some of them because like weirdly some of the books that I wanted, like Powerless that Sarah is going on and on about, it wasn't coming like on Prime. Like it wasn't available for Prime. So that kind of sucks. You guys know we're just unboxing some books. Lost my scissors, so I'm literally using this. As always, I am going to be starting with the bags. This feels like a box. Oh, I bought the whole entire Percy Jackson series because I don't know what the Percy Jackson books look like and I couldn't find them at Barnes. Literally. Okay, you know what though? These spines are so fun. These spines are fun. I have never read nor seen the Percy Jackson movies, read nor seen Harry Potter, read nor seen The Maze Runner, none of them. So slowly but surely I'm collecting the very young adult series that everybody's in love with. This is Percy Jackson and the Olympian series. And you know what? These are like only 5 books. They're like not that long. But I love the little spine thing that they do. We only have 2 other bags. Oh, okay. Ooh, I know you see me. Oh, okay. Okay, next up we have A Broken Blade. Now this is a part of the Halfling saga. So this is a very random purchase for me because I have never seen anybody talk about this book personally. How I stumbled across this was that I went to Barnes one day and this was like a month ago and I was just looking around and they had this book sitting out on a table because my Barnes literally, that was my knee. And that kind of hurt. My Barnes literally made a table that said, no, we don't have the Fourth Wing book, but these are other books with dragons in them. And I think this one and another one, I think I ordered another one that like was sitting on the table. And this is A Broken Blade. I don't know what this one's about. I really just heard that it was about dragons. And I really loved Fourth Wing. And I never read a fantasy book about dragons before. So I was like, you know what? I kind of want to read fantasy books that have to do with dragons. No, I probably won't read Game of Thrones if anybody was about to recommend that to me. But this one I think is an adult fantasy book, but it says Hera or Kira. Me and fantasy names don't mix. Is a killer, and as the king's blade, she is the most talented spy in the kingdom and the king's favorite assassin. When a mysterious figure moves against the crown, Kira is called upon to hunt down the so-called shadow. She tracks her target to the magical lands of the Fae, but Faeland is not what it seems, and neither is the shadow. Kira is shocked by what she learns and can't help but wonder who her enemy truly is: the king that destroyed her people, or the shadow that threatens the peace. Okay, next bag. Okay, first book is The Bridge. Okay, so I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I had some books that I was like, okay, I want to buy these. But then a lot of them were just like books that I was going back through on my TikTok where I said that I had the saved folder of like books to buy after ban. And people were just going on and on about these random like fantasy series that they're absolutely in love with. And I saved the posts and then I only bought the first book in every series. So I feel like I deserve some credit on that I didn't buy the whole entire series because we know I'm infamous for it. So we have The Bridge Kingdom. I've never heard anybody talk about this, but what is this one about again? A warrior princess trained in isolation. Lara is driven by 2 centuries. The first, no, Surrient, whatever. First is that King Arin of the Bridge Kingdom is her enemy, and the second is that she'll be the one to bring him to his knees. The only route through a storm-ravaged world, the Bridge Kingdom, enriches itself and deprives its rivals, including Lara's homeland. So when she's sent as a bride under the guise of peace, Lara is prepared to do whatever it takes to fracture its impenetrable defenses and the defenses of its king. So it's giving enemies to lovers. It's giving she's a trained warrior princess and she's going to take down the man that's her enemy. Sign me up. I love enemies to lovers in fantasy. Okay? Then we have A Court This Cruel and Lovely. This is another one that it was just on one of those TikToks that somebody was like, I love this series. And I was like, a court of what? Excuse me, a court of what? The last time that I read a book with a court of I fell in love and we never looked back. I think, what's this one about? For years when I fell asleep, I dreamed of a man with blazing green eyes and a cruel smile. The day I meet him, the ruthless mercenary leaves me for dead. Just hours after humans are born, the gods take what little power we have. In return, they protect our borders from the vicious, merciless fae. The humans who manage to keep their powers are known as the corrupt, and they are burned when my forbidden power is discovered. I'm forced to flee my tiny village and the life I adore. To survive, I make a desperate bargain with the mercenary who abandoned me at my weakest. So it's giving, she has powers and he's gonna help her even though they don't like each other. Enemies to lovers. Now we're moving on to the boxes. This one's heavy. This is box number 1. Let's see if these work. They're doing the job. They're doing the job. Really all that matters? Really all I can hope for? Just like use some of my arm strength. They like put a bunch of books in here and I can't even see, like I can see one spine, but they put all of them. Okay, this is fun. Maybe they're trying to do a little game with me. First of all, we have A Warrior's Fate. This is another one that was on one of those TikToks that were like my favorite fantasy series ever, and this is the first book in it. It's a lot thicker than, and the font is small. I mean, this is like Binding 13 level small font. That's devastating. So this one says, bound by fate and guided by duty, a warrior's heart, a queen's destiny. I always think it's funny when they have the word destiny in there. I always think it's funny. I think this one, it's like, yeah, there's fates. There's like soulmates, and she meets hers and she like doesn't like him and she's doing something for the kingdom. They're like ignoring their bond. I don't know, I haven't read it, but I have heard from that TikTok and that TikTok only that it's good. Next up we have Out on a Limb. So this is just me purchasing a book that I've read and didn't have the physical copy of. I read this in August and absolutely loved it and would recommend all of you guys read it. And I love this cover. Next up, oh, we have One Dark Window. I have no clue what this is about, literally at all. And the only thing that I know about this book, 1, Sarah has it, but 2, I remember when Fourth Wing was getting its hype, I saw this woman make a TikTok and she was like talking about this book, and she said that somebody was like, oh yeah, Fourth Wing is like my second best fantasy book of the year, and everyone was like, if that's your second best, like what's your best? And they said this one, and so I don't need to know literally anything else. All I know is that I do want to read this one. What does it say? Elspeth needs a monster. The monster might be her. Okay, this one says Legend of the Huntress. She must decide love or honor. Oh, this one. Okay, so I saw the author. Did somebody tag me in this? Did one of you guys tag me in this? That the author had posted like a video talking about her books, and this was the first one in this little series. I'm pretty sure she said it's like enemies to lovers, fated mates, stuff like that. And I just really wanted to support her, and I did think that her book, the way she was like selling it and talking about what was happening, I was like, okay, that sounds like a slay. So then I ordered it. They had been waiting centuries to find her to end her, but she would not run, she would rise. I don't know, I'm very excited to read this though. I feel like it's going to be a good one. It's also on Kindle Unlimited, in case you guys were wondering. Okay, oh, this one I'm so excited for. This one's like on the top of my TBR, and Stars Are Dying. I've been seeing people make TikToks about this, but also the author's TikToks have been coming up on my For You page, that it's like a his powers are like with the shadows. Add him to the list already. Oh my gosh, I'm literally so excited to read this. In a world abandoned by the celestial garden and left to suffer a tyrant king's reign, all Astrid knows is her safety and seclusion. Fragmented memories of only 5 years of her life, she's determined to discover more about her past, even if that means fleeing the cruel arms that hold her safe from the wicked vampires rumored to roam the land. But when Astria stumbles upon the mysterious knight, she soon realizes determination alone isn't enough to guard her heart. He lingers like darkness that expands between the stars. That's all I need to know. Okay, last one in this box. It's another thick one. That is Heavenly Bodies. I saw somebody make a TikTok about this, and all the TikTok said was that when he's taken away from her and she plunges the world into darkness. And literally just that was enough for me to click buy on Amazon. Just somebody making a TikTok about that was the absolute bare minimum for me to be like, buy. Next box, we have another box. Alright, just wait and see, y'all. This this was the other one that I was talking about that was on the table at Barnes about the dragons, and that's To Shape a Dragon's Breath. This one's also super floppy, so literally love that. So it's about like a dragon. I think it's like a dragon academy. Literally no clue. I just saw it on the table as well, and I think I like opened to a random page and was like, ah, interesting. If you guys have read any of these books, feel free to let me know if you like them. Okay. Oh, next up. I guess I never really like thought about how whatever this cover is. Now I'm feeling it. Behind the Net. Getting another book that again I just didn't have the physical copy of, that I read during the book buying ban and didn't have a physical copy of. So this was the hockey romance that I was absolutely giggling, swooning, blushing, doing the most embarrassing things over. If you guys haven't watched my number generator picks how long I read for video, that's the video that I read this in. It's kind of a hard watch. Ooh, some of y'all about to be real mad at me. Some of y'all about to be real mad at me. Yes, I bought them. And yes, we're putting them literally right here. Because, listen, I think that these covers, like, nothing beats the OG covers of the Magnolia Parks. Nothing. And I'm not saying that they are either. They are an absolute slay, and I love them so much. It's just like with Binding 13 and the Boys of Tommen series, they all got new covers. Like, these are the original covers, and they no longer look like this anymore because Chloe Walsh got traditionally published. And so when Jessa Hastings got traditionally published, there were multiple things wrong with the covers, just like for a bookstore that she had to change. So I think that these give what they need to give, and I still love, like, I love the OG covers more, but I still do really, really like these covers. Automatically adding them to the shelf, and I'm just gonna be honest, I really don't care if you guys don't like them. I just don't, because at the end of the day, it's literally like ink on a paper. All that matters is what's on the inside, okay? Even though I do judge books by the covers, but like I posted those the other day on my Instagram story, and everyone was like, I hate that guy, and I was like, cool, don't buy them then. Like, at the end of the day, just don't buy them. Next up, we have The Wrath and the Dawn, and this had like a way prettier cover whenever somebody posted it on TikTok. Like, I loved that cover, and this one's giving like romance, and it's a fantasy, but it's about this girl, and she hears about this guy who like marries these women and then kills them, so then she becomes determined to be his next wife to kill him. But then she sees that there's more than meets the eye behind all of this stuff. And again, this was on one of those TikToks that everybody was like, I love this series, it's so good, and I was like, ugh, add to cart. Do you think that like my family ever hears me like yelling and they're just like so annoyed by me? I think so too. We Hunt the Flame, and I feel like this is like a really widely talked about book, so like there's nothing like new about me reading this. This one says, people lived because she killed, people died because he lived. And I don't know what this is. She's a hunter disguising herself as a man when she braves the cursed force of the Ars to feed her people. And then we have Nasir is the Prince of Death, assassinating those foolish enough to defy his father. If she's exposed as a girl, all her achievements will be rejected, and if he displays his compassion, his father will punish him in the most brutal of ways. And they're legends of the kingdom, but neither of them wants to be, and war is brewing. I'm very interested to see what this book holds, and people really, really like this book, so I'm very excited. Again, if there's any of these books that you guys love that I haven't read yet down below, feel free to let me know your thoughts and opinions on them. Oh no, is this one like the traditionally published one? Because why is it floppy? Why is it floppy and the other one's not? Anyway, we have The Right Move, because again, I read this book last month and I just wanted to own the physical copy of it. So now I have both of those books. Those are all of the books that I bought. I hope you guys enjoyed this little unboxing. If you guys did, you guys know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff. I bought literally basically all fantasy books except for like 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 or 9 or 10. Who knows? Anyway, like and subscribe for more hauls. I'll see you when I see ya.